That's a busy little backplane in a bridge system. You ended up making it do many, many things.
Yep. After getting the backplane of the rack backplanes and all that system working, the next huge challenge was the redundant router that we had to do for our WheatNet system. And when that was originally designed and built, really hadn't thought about how we were going to do the redundancy part. And I believe it showed up in a sales brochure that we could make a redundant system. And so that's when I started thinking about how we're going to make that work. And a year later, it came out as a redundant system. The original system was not redundant.
Right, I remember.
And that has been pretty solid over the years. I think there's a fair number of those out in the field, and it allows us to make systems that nobody has even been able to push to the limits yet.
And to not shortchange what the redundant means, I mean, we had redundancy in the bridge router as a redundant CPU, so that would basically be a cross-point redundancy. So if the primary CPU failed, it could automatically go to the backup, fail over to the backup CPU, and retain the cross points that were active in the system at failover time. And that was done, there's a FTP mechanism to keep the two in sync and so forth. But the redundancy on the WheatNet side is really spectacular because it's actually truly a redundant audio pass from every single rack. So it truly is, it's like having a second router. So the core of the system, the crosspoint matrix and fabric is fully, it's not just the control of that crosspoint matrix, it's the actual crosspoint matrix is redundant with completely separate wiring paths and physical power supply, just everything about it is fully redundant. And that's truly amazing. If you watch it fail over or listen to it fail over, it typically fails over in under a minute. And it's fairly seamless.
That's an uncontrolled failover where something actually fails. Right. It automatically figures out there's been a failure and kicks back the other one in a minute. If you want to do basically a maintenance test where you want to transfer control from one box to the other just to make sure the other box is running or vice versa, you can have that transfer occur and it happens between audio samples. We don't miss a sample.